In a world where attention is currency and connection has become a performance, she scrolls through messages like digital dust 10 unread, all from men who believe that more words, more compliments, more effort will somehow earn them a place. In her life, vacations promised, dinners rehearsed, flattery fired like confetti into the void. But when your name appears, something shifts. She pauses, she breathes, and then she replies, not because you said the right thing, not because you timed your message perfectly or used some algorithmic pickup line. No, she replies, because you are not like the rest. You're not chasing. You're not competing. You're not begging for scraps of her time like a stray at a back door. You're anchored. And that more than charm, more than looks, more than wealth, is what makes you dangerous. Not dangerous in the way of force or aggression, but in the quiet, unshakable way of a mountain that doesn't tremble when the wind howls. You don't need her validation to exist. You don't require her attention to feel complete. And that is the rarest energy on earth. A man who has done the inner work, who has faced his shadows, who has chosen himself long before he ever met. Her modern men are broken, not because they're weak, but because they've been taught a lie so deep it's woven into their DNA. Effort equals value. That if you text enough, show up enough, spend enough, sacrifice enough, she's stay. That love is earned through service, like a job you apply for with flowers and flattery. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. Asterisk, asterisk, that turns you into an employee, asterisk, asterisk. And she's the CEO of a company with 50 applicants, all waiting for a callback that never comes, all hoping to be chosen, while she quietly ghosted the last 5 who thought they had it locked down. Men aren't hungry for love. They're starving for respect. You're reading this because deep down, you know, you weren't born to chase her. You were born to choose you. And if that resonates, if you're tired of feeling disposable, replaceable, like just another option in her pocket, then this is your awakening. This is not another dating guide. This is not another list of 10 tips to get her back. This is a revolution, a return to the primal, unapologetic masculinity that doesn't beg, doesn't plead, doesn't perform. This is the asterisk, asterisk, Stoic relationship blueprint, asterisk, asterisk, 8 brutal truths that don't just change how you date, but how you exist in the world. Each one is a weapon. Each one is a shift in consciousness. And when you apply them, not only does she choose you, she never forgets you. The moment you start adjusting your tone, your schedule, your plans just to increase your odds with her, you've already disqualified yourself. You've stepped off your throne and handed it to her. And no man was ever meant to kneel for love. She will never. Choose the man who tries the hardest. She will choose the one who makes her feel like she wasn't even chosen, but allowed in. Read that again, because it's not about playing games. It's about power, and power doesn't beg. Power invites. Men today have been sold a fantasy that women reward submission, that the more you show interest, the more loyalty you'll receive. But what actually happens? You open the floodgates of her ego. You inflate her sense of control, and she uses it to watch you shrink. She'll test you, not out of malice, but instinct. First, it's subtle, shorter texts, last-minute cancellations, a delayed reply. Then she'll make you wait just to see if you will. Then she'll provoke a reaction, baiting you to chase. And every time you take the bait, her attraction drops. Not because you did something wrong, but because you made yourself predictable. Replaceable. Every time you argue your worth instead of living it, you lose your position as the man she can respect. A man's energy is currency. And when you spend it all trying to impress her, you end up bankrupt emotionally, spiritually, existentially. She doesn't want your extra effort. She wants your unshakable identity. When you center your life around proving your value to a woman, you put yourself in the weakest position possible. A man who lives on someone else's approval. Ask yourself this. If she stopped responding today, would your schedule collapse? Would your gym session stop? Would your hunger for greatness fade? Because if your foundation crumbles at her absence, you were never solid to begin with. That's not love. That's obsession, wrapped in insecurity. The man who refuses to compete is not cold. He's focused. He's not dismissive. He's directed. And in that energy, she senses something she rarely finds. A man who doesn't need her. And that, ironically, is exactly why she wants him. She won't say it out loud, but her actions reveal it. She stays glued to her phone when your texts slow down. She becomes curious when she doesn't understand your rhythm. She begins to feel something rare, a loss of control, because for once, she's in the presence of someone who doesn't orbit around her universe. Someone who doesn't beg to be noticed. Competing is not strength, not its survival. It's the act of men who haven't built a world for themselves, so they cling to hers. And the truth is brutal. The more you try to become her world, the more she'll want out of it. A man who truly holds power doesn't persuade. He lives. He evolves. He transforms, not to win her, but to win himself. The real game begins when you stop playing it for her and start building a life that makes you magnetic asterisk without lifting a finger to impress asterisk. When your presence commands respect without demand. When your vision is so clear, she has no choice but to respect it or walk. And if she walks, she was never strong enough to be part of it. Every move you make to prove yourself is one more reason she has to walk away. She doesn't want to feel chased. She wants to feel chosen by a man who could walk at any moment, but still stands. Still, not for her, but for who he is. And when that energy enters a room, it disrupts her pattern. It makes her question everything she thought about men. Not because you raised your voice or flexed your bank account, but because you showed restraint, power, purpose. That's the man she remembers. That's the man she fears losing. That's the man she wants, but doesn't know how to control. And if she can't control you, she'll never forget you. You want to know why she forgets the guy who texts good morning every day, but never forgets the one who walked away in silence? It's not about playing hard to get. It's about asterisk, not needing to be got asterisk. There's a level of peace within a man who no longer requires her validation to breathe. A man who wakes up not to check his phone, but to check his goals. That man is untouchable, not because he hides emotion, but because he controls where he places it. Every time you check her story, ask why. Every time you want to double text, ask what you're hoping to feel. If her attention fills your emptiness, you're not interested in her. You're addicted to distraction. And she can smell that. She knows when a man is desperate. She may not say it, but she feels it in the way you reply too fast, over-explain, cancel plans, or rearrange her life. For her mood. Detachment is not the absence of care. It's the presence of direction. When you're moving with purpose, you don't have to announce your absence. It's felt. Emotional control isn't about pretending to be strong. It's about genuinely being so full of your own momentum that her responses, her moods, her reactions no longer shake you. When you become attractive, that's when your presence becomes heavy. Not because you're cold, because you're complete. When she feels that weight, she leans in. Not because you asked her to, but because her curiosity betrays her. She starts wondering, why isn't he reacting? Why didn't he chase? Why do I want his attention when he's not trying to give it? You become her mystery. Not by lying, not by pretending, but by being deeply invested in something bigger than her, your vision. Most men give away their center for a chance at her approval. They abandon the gym, the grind, the focus all for a maybe. And in doing so, they lose the very energy that made them noticeable. Detachment is when you stop begging the world to like you and start liking yourself enough to walk away from anything that makes. You beg. She may not say it, but she craves. That kind of strength, got the strength of a man who listens but doesn't lose himself in her words, who sees her beauty but isn't blinded by it. Who feels deeply but doesn't fall apart. She's used to men folding. She's used to men asking, what do you want? She's never met a man who already knows what he's after and won't adjust it for her moods. That man creates gravity. That man becomes rare. And the rare man is the one she can't replace, not because he gave her butterflies, but because he gave her depth. Detachment isn't cruelty. It's self-respect. In its purest form. It's knowing you're enough. With or without her asterisk. It's feeling the desire and still choosing discipline. That's power. And that's why she'll chase you in silence while pretending she doesn't care. Because deep down, she knows every man gave her the world, but only one man made her want to be in his. There's a reason she forgets. A guy who texts every hour, but loses sleep thinking about the one who barely spoke a word. It's not about how much you say. It's about what she feels when you don't say anything. You want her attention? Build something she can't shake. You want her loyalty? Become someone she can't interrupt. There is nothing more attractive, nothing more powerful than a man whose life is already full. Not with women with purpose, clarity, direction. When your days are packed with progress, your time becomes a privilege. She doesn't just get it. She has to earn it. And that shift alone changes the entire dynamic.